Hey you! Don't you dare click away. Why? Because I can read your mind. That's right, I can read your mind and tell you exactly what you're like as a person. Want some proof? Well, here it is. Here's the proof, because I will be telling you, yes, you specifically, what your favorite weapon in Breath of the Wild says about you. 1. The Master Sword. Come on now, we all know what you're like. You're kinda basic, I'm sorry, but it's true. You hate the durability in Breath of the Wild, and you would love for all weapons to be invincible. This isn't a bad thing, it's just your preference. 2. A stick. You're on the complete other end of the spectrum as those who use the Master Sword. You're a lunatic. You love durability a little too much. You probably like to speedrun the game and do glitches to make it so your stick has infinite durability, then beat the game with it. Step outside for a little bit, get some fresh air. 3. The hammer. I'm a big fan of your work, sir. You like to go around and mine ore for days and try to get as many rupees as possible. Your favorite enemy is a Talus, and that's because you spin for a solid 15 seconds straight and pretty much insta-kill the Talus. Hitting that Talus's little rock on his back is really satisfying, so I can't blame you. 4. Savage Lionel Sword. You're an absolute beast. This game is way too easy for you. You go around killing Lionels just for fun, because that's the only way to give you any sort of challenge. You then use that sword to kill their family members just to rub the salt a little deeper into their wounds. 5. Ancient Weapons. Doesn't matter what ancient weapon it is, you must only like it for its looks, because come on, they break in like 3 hits. It looks so sick, but I can't use it in every fight, because I would lose my mind having to switch weapons 10 times each combat. 6. The Drill Shaft. We all know who your favorite YouTuber is. Why would you personally like this weapon though? Even I couldn't tell you. It's just alright. It's the Iron Hammer but in spear form. Don't get me wrong, it's great for mining, but you probably aren't much for combat. 7. The Boomerang. I can't even blame you for this one, and that's definitely not because it's my personal favorite. This weapon is just sick. A ranged weapon that is also a melee weapon that also comes back to you when throwing it? How could you not love it? The feeling you get from throwing it and catching it is insane. You, my friend, have great taste in weapons. 8. The Bomb. Getting a bit quirky now, hey? I bet you didn't think I would bring this up, did you? The Bomb is a great weapon. Decent damage and an infinite amount of them. You definitely like to cheese all the enemies you fight by throwing a bomb and running away, and repeating like that for the next 10 minutes. But hey, if that's how you want to play, then that's how you want to play. 9. The Giant Boomerang. This is just getting ridiculous now. As a boomerang connoisseur myself, I can safely say that this weapon is super funny and is very fun to use, and that's the only reason you use it too. It's very impractical, but the savior is having a giant object come flying back at you to try and catch, or else Link's feeble body will just break. 10. Royal Guard's Claymore. Me like to spin and hit enemy many times. That was you who I just mimicked, because that's all you like to do. You have max stamina and hold the attack button, and no one can come within 5 feet of you because Link is using all his body weight to swing a giant piece of metal around him at Mach 5 speed. 11. Royal Guard's Sword. It's just a really good sword, isn't it? You like regular battle, you do a lot of flurry rushes and are really good at them, but you're not very creative when it comes to defeating a creature in battle. Have a little fun with your life. Enjoy the combat system before it's too late. 12. Bows. You're straight up bad at combat. You use bows because they are just a little bit broken. You probably also use ancient arrows or bokoblins because you can't be bothered to fight them like the real hero that Hyrule deserves. Instead, you take the easy way out from all your problems. 13. Edge of Duality. Also just a solid weapon, but has a sick name. You're pretty much the same as the Royal Guard sword enjoyers, but with a tad more class, because you have the decency to go and pick up a weapon that at least has a cool name. When they break, you're extremely saddened. 14. Elemental Rods. Also just a bit of a scaredy cat. These weapons are really cool, but let's be honest, they aren't that fun to use after a couple times. Throw little fireballs and run away, that's it. Combat isn't that hard if you put a little practice into it. Trust me. 15. Elemental Weapons. You never really use these weapons. They sit in your inventory for hours and hours until they're your last resort in a fight against a strong enemy when your other weapons break. That's okay. They're cool, but not many people really use them for battle all the time. Unless you do the infinite hitbox glitch, of course. In that case, it's really based to use this weapon all the time. 16. Korak Leaf. We have to end it off with a bang. The Korak Leaf is the most Chad weapon you could ever use. You're possibly the coolest person to ever live in real life. You're wise, yet nimble, using your smarts to outplay the enemy and absolutely embarrass them, making them regret their life decisions. Well, that's all the main weapons I wanted to cover. Tell me what weapons I may have missed that are also on top of your list. Also, let me know if you thought this list was accurate in any way. If it was, subscribe! But if it wasn't, then also subscribe, I guess. Either way, just subscribe, okay? See you later.